sharing sessions of different ideas and practitioners. We wanted to build a welcoming community of any background to connect and elaborate and collaborate with the knowledge of archiving. So now I would like to introduce you to our participants, and also just one disclaimer: busy. So none of them are able to. We have invited everyone, but none of them are able to come because of our. And he has collaborated with ZH Collection. Hasma and Z is the owner of ZH Collection. And they are experienced tailors who have been working together for 23 years. Let's see. I'm supposed to click it, guys. I forgot. Recce around Jalanta. So we first just walked around Jalanta and kind of experience it as a ongoing person that wants to go to Jalanta. And then yeah. So I'll go back to ZH Collection. So ZH Collection, they work together. They're basically friends. So Hasma and Z, operations, custom garments, and drafting patterns. They shared many challenges after starting their own business at Maju Junction. So now they're at Maju Junction, especially when the mall underwent renovation into. How is that also similar to the last community?
Yeah, it's interesting to see that you would expect that with so much stores, with some of them sell pretty much similar items of clothing, you would expect them to be in competition with each other. Yeah. But what the rest of the is like they were like recommending me while I was working them. They were recommending, oh, you want to learn about this, you need to do this store. You want to get into jewelry, it's like I don't expect it was a jewelry store. They were very much competing each other. And so that's pretty much also a very important relationship to survive in this industry, not just with your customers, but with people who you share similarities with them.
I agree, especially in fashion, it's a whole village actually, right? The tailor.
We definitely coming here because of parents, like you said as now. Yeah, they introduced us to KL. You know, I mean, I think this is the place where I go for my shopping. This is where I get my books, and yes, this is where I get my food as well. I paling remember is the Globe Food Store dulu. Not sure if they're still here.
Sorry, what store?
Globe Food Store.
I'm not sure. We have to check.
With all the AI tools, it's very easy. But with the community, I think only then you feel like I'm still alive.
I agree, that's true. How about you? Any kind of thoughts or hopes? And maybe the community is important to you?
Being part of community is very important. Like myself, I've been working alone for over 5 years. So it's kind of boleh kata makin lama tak ada confidence. So when I be part of community, I can sense that I can live with people. Because of community, they will uplift when I am Samila. So I think it's very important to join or participate in a community. If I didn't participate in AXF last year, I don't think I would be here.
First session, AXF dulu.
We actually, although the first meet up to a bit like macam everyone dari luar perasaan, there's a bit relief that I'm not going through this alone. It's actually real thing. I've been cooped up in my studio for a very long time. So I think dengan perspektif orang lain that go through the same situation as me, it's macam relief lah juga. So I'm glad the community is important, and also because of community, they will upliftkan kita. And also don't gatekeep anything lah. I mean like kita semua creative people. Please don't gatekeep. Itu yang membuat kita maju ke hadapan. Dunia dah makin maju, so we need to maju lagi lah bersama as a creative mind. Lastly, as an artist, creative people keep showing up on social media. keep showing up yourself and always upgrade yourself with new skills. And myself, I have no idea how to do digital pattern, but thank God because my husband helped me, so I learned a little bit there. So always upgrade myself. Kalau you semua just join the community, join AXS. Okay?
Alright, thank you guys. I guess that wraps it up. We're going to open it to the floor for Q&A. If anyone has questions or thoughts that you want to share with us, maybe about Jakarta, about our toil, or maybe you're curious about the patterns of the floor. Anyone? Alright, so that's all from me. As a round of applause to our participants, Jen, Bumi, Faris Samuel, and myself, Faris Rashid, and I will pass it to my partner, Dan Ilani, for our next segment. Stay tuned. On the other side, right? Yeah. New Mud Restaurants near Berhad. So they started their business when their father suggested to their grandmother that they need to sell fabrics by the meter. They began small in the convenience shop and gradually expanded into a 3-story fabric store, offering a wide range of sari fabrics, a ready-made Indian traditional clothing, including saris, lehengas, and sherwanis. Their best-selling men's sherwani and women's wear for everyday use are beautiful with intricate hand-stitched beading. And her next practitioner is from Wisma Yakin actually. So Wisma Yakin is right across Masjid India. Okay, so right across Masjid India, there is Wisma Yakin, which has a lot of tailors there. So one of the tailors there is called Amirul from YS Tailor, and Amirul is a 4th generation tailor continuing his grandfather's legacy. His father ran the business in the 1980s inside Wisma Yakin with only 2 employees, his wife and another tailor. The company's main focus is bespoke menswear, including traditional baju Melayu, suits and shirts. During our conversation, Amirul shared many challenges they focus in the business and that their long-standing relationship with clients and celebrities helped the shop afloat during COVID. So COVID also kind of affected a lot of the businesses here around Jakarta, which we'll also talk about more later. So now that we have introduced everyone, so let's get into the gist of it. Okay? I'm going to ask, what was your first memory of Jakarta? And has this experience changed your perspective now? So maybe Jack, you want to share? Do you have a
Normally I used to buy fabrics in very small stores, like separate stores. I didn't know there was a whole world, a section just for buying fabrics.
When did you first arrive? Have you been sourcing in Jakarta, or is this your first experience actually?
Since then, I've been sourcing directly from Jakarta. The amount of shops here.
Did it have to change? Like before this you came and sourced, and then now you're part of this program, and you're kind of like encouraged to learn more about your practitioner. Has that changed your perspective? For sure, yeah, for sure. Okay. Maybe Mio, you can share. Maybe your first experience in Jakarta.
College, fashion college, which is Carbon Academy of Fashions. Carbon On is actually my principal that time, and is actually right now a very famous bridal designer, which is if you can find his shop or his ready-made in Pakistan as well. So back then, we didn't call Jalan Thai actually. By the time we only called it Nagoya. I think you heard and you saw Nagoya just down on the street there. So we always say, oh, let's go to Nagoya, let's go to Nagoya. Actually, other than Nagoya, we also go to the other fabric store, which is along the roadside there. So almost 20 years, honestly. And to be honest, I'm not too strange about this area because it's quite familiar for me. This is why the local designer, the costume designer, we will come here to do our sourcing and buying fabric, haberdashery, all this stuff. Of course, I have big hope for this entire area, to be honest. Maybe we talk about that later.
Sure.
Thanks.
Thank you for sharing. How about you, Faris?
Thank you. I'll be honest. As an avid Google Maps user, you kind of just key in like fabric stores near me, and then you just go wherever the Google Maps takes you. And I remember, because I got into fashion quite late, right? It's like a very late bloomer.
Like you're still very young, Faris.
Yeah. Well, I would like to believe so.
You are. Sorry. Correct.
Thank you. No, but like I think when I first really got into like, oh, I want to make clothes. So I think it was 2020, 2021 or 2022, I think. There was like a annual dinner at my college, and I wanted to make something from scratch because I've never made something from scratch. And so I remember going into this one store, which I honestly don't remember where it is now, but I got this very luscious gold fabric. And that piece is still with me, and sometimes I still wear it to events. But now I think what has changed for me is that there's a lot more recognition that I can give to Jalanta and its impact. You know the stores by name, and you know how the street operates. It definitely changed my perspective of the significance of Jalanta.
So now, are you gonna buy your stuff here?
A lot more, definitely. Not that I've already like came here like 10 times a week.
Nice, yeah, because I also remember, I feel like if you're a millennial like me, you would remember coming here forced by your parents. Basically, even here in Summa House, like we will come here to eat. You remember the old Summa House, right? You come down here, there's food court here, and then we will chill here. Like I'm the guy, so like we would meddling with the women's clothes, right? So we were like just chilling here, waiting for my mom to finish. But you kind of like take it for granted, right? Like we kind of grew up here. Actually, that's where we source our stuff. You know, like growing up, and I think Jalanta is very significant. So I hope we can talk about it today. How about you, Umi? Like, what was your first experience in Jalanta?
Well, my first experience in Jalanta, like this, that's my first time.
Yeah. So before you don't come here, is it?
No,
Oh, I see. So where do you source your materials?
so I did come here.
Okay.
In college, I got started.
Okay. Yeah.
I source all my fashion materials during college memang kat sini.
So where do you go? Like the specific store?
Oh, Kauda have
Quite emotional also sometimes, like you learn a lot, right? They told you like very personal stories. Was it difficult or challenging to translate that into a toy and a digital pattern? Maybe Umi, you wanna?
So a jacket is a good item to represent the unisex item, I think, because it's very easy for us, especially in Malaysia. We have very hot weather, and somehow we get into the building, it's very cold. So it's like hot, cold. So it's good to carry a jacket along with you. And I actually use like the patchwork that like our grandma, ama did. Like they use like how I see your pants there. They actually collect all the leftover fabric, and then they will do this kind of thing like. This one actually an inside-out jacket. That's why if you have time later, you can come over and have a closer look. This is what I did. I used a gift from Stanley. Dia actually bagi saya a bunch of like leftover fabric. Yang semua ini fabric memang kain dia yang custom made bagi dia punya customer dalam dia punya shop. So I cut yang ini semua, and then I have a lot of notes here. I hope that you have time to go through the message that I wish to bring out from myself and also from Stanley and also from Moose. So yeah, there's a lot of little surprise here. I think it's better for you to come closer and have a look.
Alright.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bill. So Stanley's shop is Paris Dillon at the screen there, you can see. So he is in Campbell Complex, actually, which is if you walk across Hamidia straight and go to the right, that's Campbell Complex. Okay, next we have Jed. So Jed was working with the H collection, also in Campbell,
Yeah,
right?
actually
Yeah.
just one floor above News.
Okay. So they're in the same building also, but this practitioner is just one floor up, right? Yeah. So maybe you can tell a bit about your piece.
Yeah, one thing to mention is they actually saw each other a few times because they're very close to each other.
Okay.
Yeah, so I made a sleeveless kabaya. This is Hasba and Z, my practitioners. They made mostly Malay garments, and they did custom orders for weddings and for many things. So I made a sleeveless kabaya, and right here, if you look close, I used the clay. And I went around KL and I stamped it onto the walls, so I'll be able to make like this printing effect on it.
Okay, I just found out this. I didn't know you actually stamped the. Oh, okay.
Behind this, there's a QR code which shows like the whole process.
Okay, I can't really turn it, but there's a QR code. You can see that, which forwards you to a video, I believe. Yeah. What's the video about?
Showing the whole process from talking to them
Okay. So in your practice, like you kind of do a bit more alternative wear, right? How was it studying a very traditional pola compared to what you're used to? Is it different? Is it challenging or maybe insightful for you? Did you learn? What did you make something like how interesting how they cut it? You know, is it?
Yeah, it's like a very traditional cut in Malay traditional.
I
clothes.
see. So why are you interested in Malaysian clothing?
It's just included into my course.
Oh, I see. Okay. That's interesting. All right, thank you, Jed. Thank you so much. Okay, claps for Jed, please. So next we have Umi. Yay.
Everyone.
So yeah, maybe you can talk a bit about the pola that you chose, and also maybe the words that you sewn into it.
Okay. The pola is basically based on my two practitioners. One is Amirul, who actually love making suit tailor. And the bottom one is represent another practitioner who sells Indian culture clothing.
Or maybe what pola have you used actually to make the
something already. The pola is actually something that I created on my own. So I never done a blazer dress before. So this is my first time making a blazer with no button in the front. So
maybe you can talk about the wording that you've chosen here. Modernity is art murder.
because when I interviewed the practitioner, I actually listened to them that their business are not doing so well, especially after COVID, because everything is doing live, people buy online, people know, they don't come to their shops anymore. That's why makin lama makin tak ramai orang tahu dan tak kenal diorang lagi dah. So how they survive is basically based on diorang punya connection lah. So the modernity literally murder the craftsmanship, the business people yang memang passionate doing fashion for a living.
Yeah, okay. Thank you so much, Umi, for sharing. That's really interesting. I feel the statements are very true. So last, we have Faris. Yes,
Hello.
claps for Umi. Claps for Faris also. So Faris worked with Leo's across the street. Maybe you can talk a bit about the pattern that you've used here.
Alright, so, well, everyone looks so serious. Can we all like smile? Okay, so I work with Leos, and what you see here is traditional kurti, and I'll be honest with you guys, it's probably the simplest kurti design that you can find in the store. They had so many varieties, different cuts, different lengths, different designs, embellishments and everything, so it's such a variety of color and textures, and that's also kind of why I decided to approach this with like a lot of holes and incorporating multiple types of fabrics into the design, just to really showcase how kind of diverse not only the products of Leos but the products available in Jalantar. We have so many different kind of tailors from so many different backgrounds, cultural heritage, so many stories that could be told, and that's also kind of why I decided to make it a bit more, I'll tell the story through like colors and patterns and textures of the different fabrics, yeah.
I remember you kind of referenced the exterior, right? Maybe you can talk a bit how you reference the architecture.
Yeah, so a big part of Leos, if you walk into the store, you will see how beautiful the store is. It's like, this like, what's the show called about like picking the bride dress? Yeah, this store, yeah. The bridal store, you feel like you're walking to like pick a... Say yes to the dress, yes!
Okay. I'm saying yes.
So this is the store, and you walk in and you feel very kind of regal, like very royal almost. And so a reason behind that is because Karen's father, so this is Karen by the way, and his father basically really put his heart out into the interior design of the store. He was very fascinated with Rajasthani palaces. He goes Indian architecture and design into the store. And so even if you see from outside, you can see this like wooden panel that has various different holes and everything. So I took a picture, I put it through a scanner, and then I manually like drawn every holes and then put it through on the fabric, and then individually cut every holes, sew them all together, and this is what we got.
It's amazing. Thank you so much, Faris. Alright, let's get back to our comfortable seats, which we'll get into more detail. We're going to go up again. Yes, guys, we're moving. Everybody, don't be afraid. We're coming.